when the credit bureaus fail to handle your dispute properly. Hi, this is Consumer Protection Attorney Bill Clanton. I've helped hundreds of folks deal with inaccurate credit reporting, bad background checks, and debt collection harassment, and lots of other consumer-related stuff. Have you ever disputed an item on your credit report and it didn't work? The credit bureaus mess this up all the time. And I'm going to talk about the most common ways we see the credit bureaus messing this up. And if you've dealt with a credit bureau who's messed up the dispute process or messed up one of your disputes, put a comment below, because we want to know about this. We want to make this public information. It's important that other people realize how messed up the credit bureaus are and how hard it is to get anything done with them. And so your stories are important to help other people understand the situation they're in. So please put a comment below if you've dealt with the credit bureaus who mishandle your disputes. Okay, so the most common ways that the credit bureaus fail to properly handle disputes is they fail to contact the appropriate furnisher. 1681I gives the credit bureaus 5 days to forward your dispute and your documents to the furnisher of the information that you're disputing. They mess this up. They send it to the wrong furnisher. They send it without your attachments. They take more than 5 days to send it. Any way you can mess this up, they do. And that's on the bureaus for failing to send it. Not conducting a proper investigation. So there's 2 investigations that have to occur for your one dispute. There's one by the bureau that you dispute it with, and there's one by the furnisher that the dispute is forwarded to within those 5 days. So the bureaus have an obligation under 1681I, the statute I just mentioned about the 5 days. They have to what they call reinvestigate, because supposedly all the accounts have already been investigated. They call it a reinvestigation. And so they have to investigate what you sent them and do a reasonable investigation to ensure the maximum possible accuracy of the information they're reporting. Also under 1681S-2B, the furnisher has to conduct an investigation, and they are supposed to receive all the documents you sent to the bureau, and they're supposed to review those documents in their dispute. Now, I recently talked about a Petrus case, and that video should be posted already. We'll try to put a link to it here, where the court said that Chase was the furnisher in that case. Chase's investigation was insufficient because that Petrus had sent in a great set of disputes that had medical records, police reports, and all kinds of documents in it. And they only looked at their own internal records. They didn't look outside. They didn't look anywhere else for information, and they were given plenty of leads. And the court said that investigation was unreasonable because, again, they only looked at their own records. And so the furnisher has to do a reasonable investigation. And that reasonableness is the province of a jury, meaning a jury will determine whether an investigation was reasonable. So failing to make a reasonable investigation is a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Failing to mark an account as disputed. When you dispute an account, it needs to be marked as disputed. That is incredibly common. Correcting inaccurate information or removing disputed inaccurate debt. Now, the courts have said that an investigation needs to be done, and just because the investigation doesn't come out the way you want it to, it doesn't mean it's unreasonable. But if they do a reasonable investigation and they conclude that it should be removed, then they need to remove it. And this failure to remove the verified inaccurate information is a real problem. They will find that it should be removed, and they don't remove it. And then failing to timely handle your dispute. They have 30 days from the date they receive it to handle it. They frequently take 45, and they'll say that they received information, and so they get an extra 15 days. But a non-response to your dispute is more common than you would believe. So it's important that you send your dispute certified mail to the company headquarters. We've got a video about the proper addresses to send it to. And then wait to get that green card back in the mail and count 30 days from the date that they says they received it, and then give them to 45. And if they haven't responded, then they've blown the time limit. All right, so the bureaus, if they mishandle your dispute, may have violated the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives you a cause of action or a law that you can bring against them. And you can recover compensation for your mental anguish, emotional distress, and actual damages. There's some statutory damages if you meet some certain requirements, and they will pay your attorney's fees. Now, there are a handful of experienced Fair Credit Reporting Act lawyers out there. So give us a call or find one in your area that can help you. And if you are unable to, give us a call, and we will be happy to refer you to someone that we know and like and trust to handle your Fair Credit Reporting Act case, or to even evaluate it. No attorney should charge you anything to work on one of these cases, because they will get paid at the end if it's successful. Now, the bureaus get sued all the time, and they're always looking for an inexperienced lawyer to bring a questionable case so they can use it to try to make a good case law, to get a court to rule in their favor. So it's important you find a great lawyer to help you with your case. And we're happy to help put you in the right hands if you're in an area we don't serve. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. Please comment below about your experience in the situation. It's important that more people are aware of all the problems of the credit reporting industry. Please consider subscribing to this channel, because the more subscribers we get, then the more people get exposed to this message and the more people we can help. So thank you for watching this video. We appreciate you subscribing, and hopefully you learned something.